On to case study number 2, and as I mentioned earlier, this was a B2B lead generation type website. The issue here was that the paid search marketing, specifically it was an AdWords, actually a campaign here. We weren't getting enough leads. They were expensive, it was expensive to get leads, but there wasn't enough leads, and we sort of exhausted ways to get more leads to the system for this specific campaign. So what is it that we did? We looked at the campaign, we looked at the traffic, and we looked at the conversion rates, and then the conversion here being lead capture, somebody submitting a form asking for a follow-up, asking for a quote. Two main things. One was to better target the paid search marketing campaign. Again, remove any unrelated keywords or keywords that were not performing, or sites that were totally not relevant to the client's business. All that targeting really paid off later. And also creating custom landing pages for different offerings, for different programs that the client was marketing. Results, again, it was a sustained threefold improvement in conversion rate. So the client ended up receiving 3 times the number of leads for the same amount of marketing spent. And I'll show you this here in the next diagram. Sorry if this is a busy slide here, but it has some really good information. If you look on the left hand side, you'll see data by month, and you'll see for those of you who are familiar with AdWords and pay-per-click, you know what these headings mean. And in case you're new to AdWords, basically impressions is the number of times your ad shows on Google or shows on Yahoo. So we were getting a lot of impressions. The number of clicks it wasn't that great initially, again, because of the campaign and the way it was set up. It was totally just, it was not targeted at all. It was all over the place. Cost per click, here you see the 4th column talks about cost per click. It was $8.50 or so. The client was spending about just a little bit over $10,000 a month, and they're getting 24 conversions, 24 leads. So that, if you divide 24 by the number of clicks, you'll get about just below 2% conversion rate. And that means we're paying $10,450 or so for 24 leads, for 24 conversions, which means we're paying about just a little bit over $400 for a lead. So again, after the improvements we mentioned earlier, that is the custom landing pages and just overall better targeting, and just really refining and refining and more refining of the campaign, we were able, if you look at the last 3 months here, October, November, and December, we were able to spend, actually in December, if you look at it, spend less than what we spent in July by close to $800 or so, and we received, or the client in this case, the client received 3 times. Almost 3 times the amount of leads. Very, very significant here. So the conversion rate, which was again sustained, the conversion rate never went below 4% actually from that point on, because these improvements were perpetual. And you'll see a really good month for the client here. 68 conversions, 68 leads at the bottom row here, and they're paying, that translates into $142 per lead. And if you look at the just pure numbers, we're paying about $800 less than July, and we're getting almost triple the number of leads. Very significant improvements, and those were, as I said, sustained beyond December. So when we speak about improvements to conversion rates, it ties down to your business goals. I mean, it's directly either negatively or positively impacting your sales, your bottom line, your lead capture program. So if you want to improve your lead capture program, if you want to improve sales, you can increase traffic, spend more money to get more traffic. We can maybe upsell once we have a visitor on our website, but also, and sometimes really it's overlooked, improving the conversion rate on the site, improving we have the same amount of visitors, and you'll see it here in the table, 12,000 visitors. So at a 1% conversion rate, we get 120 customers. So if we go and don't spend more money on bringing visitors, but try to improve this conversion rate by maybe threefold. It is doable. We've seen it in the previous case studies. So by going from 1% to 3% after specific improvements on the site and on the marketing channel, you'll get threefold, 3 times the customers that you were getting previously. And that's why there's buzz about conversion rates and how to optimize your website and your marketing campaigns to get there. So we hope that you found those 2 case studies useful, and if you have any more questions, you can obviously contact us and we'll give you more specifics. And one other slide here before we end about some of the services that Enor provides. Google Analytics, as we said, we are a Google Analytics authorized consultant company. We provide audits, we provide help and support in implementation, as well as consulting and business analytics and training. We also have specialists in the areas of web design and usability, in search marketing, and in internet marketing in general. And for any further information, you can feel free to call us at 408-988-0003 or email us at info@enor.com. A couple of questions here from the audience. One was about the slides and the webinar. Yes, they are available. They will be available on our website, www.e-nor.com, under the webinar and workshop sections. If you're asking here, okay, there's another question about the analytics tool. I mean, those two accounts that two case studies that we described and we discussed, we were using Google Analytics to analyze, to trend, to investigate and improve things. But obviously, if you have a good web analytics system in place, you should be able to achieve similar results. I think that's it for today. Again, thank you for being with us, and we hope to see you soon. And check our website, e-nor.com, for our upcoming webinars on search engine marketing and analytics, and about email marketing and analytics, and a few other very, very informative and very useful webinars. Thank you again, and have a good one. Bye-bye.